Hello, as you can see from the title, this is 10 books I'll probably never read. Hello, my name is Jim. Welcome to my channel, Books, Reading and Stuff. I say probably because I do like a challenge. I do like to go outside my comfort zone at times. So maybe I will read one of these books, but I think at the moment these are books that I've got no interest in reading. If you see one of your favourite books on this list, you can comment as to why you think I should read it and why you think it has merit, why you think I might like it, or you can simply dislike this video. September is coming. This should be the time I'm putting out my TBR, but I don't have a TBR ready yet. And this video is more of an anti-TBR, books I won't be reading. First on my list, I've got the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, who wrote The Hunger Games. I loved The Hunger Games. I liked the Battle Royale scenario. It reminded me of The Walk by Stephen King, and I liked that. I read Catching Fire, I read Mockingbird. I liked that series. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is a prequel to the series, and it's about Snow's backstory. And Snow's backstory really doesn't interest me, about how he set up the Hunger Games to be like it was in the first Hunger Games book. Sorry, I won't be reading that. Second, I've got Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. You can see it's still in its polythene wrap. I won't be reading this. It's not because of the J.K. Rowling controversy. It's because Prisoner of Azkaban, the third Harry Potter book, I DNF'd. I don't have time for Harry Potter. It's a children's book. I don't think the character of Harry is very well developed in the stories. I read the first two, and they got some stupid things like the time turner, this idea of having this time travel device that's only used so Hermione can go back into time and do extra lessons. This seems crazy to me, so sorry, Harry Potter fans, I won't be reading your Goblet of Fire. Following on from Harry Potter, my third choice is the book that was the most pre-ordered since the last Harry Potter book, which was Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. There's a lot of controversy about this book coming out. There's many who felt the author was pressurized into releasing this book. It's about Scout, who from To Kill a Mockingbird, who is now grown up, and things have changed in the world of To Kill a Mockingbird, and the character of Atticus comes across as differently from what I hear. To Kill a Mockingbird is one of my favourite books, and I don't want to tarnish the image of To Kill a Mockingbird by reading Go Set a Watchman. Book number 4 has a gorgeous cover, and we're told not to judge a book by the cover. The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I've seen some reviews of this, and the reviews I saw on Booktube were not very encouraging. They say things like it's very confusing, the story jumps between multiple POVs and it's very difficult to follow. It's also a very lengthy book. It's 848 pages, which is a bit outside my comfort zone. When I started Booktube, I was reading this, Dombey and Son, which is another 800 plus pages, 878 in this version. The problem with reading big books when I'm on Booktube is I don't have much to talk about because it takes me quite a while to read a big book. So The Priory Orange Tree, I won't be reading that. And going on with big books to real mammoth books, for March the Mammoths I started Cryptonomicon and DNF'd it. Maybe next year I'll read it. This is not on my list, but on my list is another 1,000-page book, The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is 1,007 pages, and this is the first book of the Stormlight Archive. I'd probably enjoy it. I did read Edgedancer, which is also in the Stormlight Archive. It's a novella by Stormlight Archive sizes. It's 272 pages, and it's about the character of Lift, who's this awesome character who likes eating all the time. There's a lot of humour. The magic system is amazing. World building's amazing. I probably really like the Stormlight Archive. If I was reading the Stormlight Archive and The Way of Kings, the first book, I wouldn't have anything to talk on my channel about apart from the Stormlight Archive. And this is not a channel where I want to devote it entirely to fantasy, epic fantasy. So I won't be reading The Way of Kings. TikTok's darling. It ends with us, Colleen Hoover. I won't be reading this. Sometimes the one who loves you is the one who hurts you the most. This is romance, and I hear it's quite twisted romance. This is not my jam at all. There is one Colleen Hoover book that I might read. It's on my radar. It's Verity, because I've heard that it's like Freida McFadden's book, The Wife Upstairs, and I like Freida McFadden's works, but I won't be reading this one. Also, there's this oversaturation of Colleen Hoover here in Georgia, where English is not the first language. There's still a lot of Colleen Hoover books. There's not many other contemporary books in English, but there's a shelf full of Colleen Hoover. Romance really isn't my jam. This year I didn't read a book for Jane Austen July, a Jane Austen book. I did read Persuasion last July. So I'm not talking about Jane Austen, but The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, another book I've seen a lot on Booktube, is one I won't be reading. It's romance. It's not really my jam. I do like romance when it's mixed with something else sometimes, like Bridget Jones' Diary. I like that because there was a lot of humour in it. I like The Time Traveler's Wife because of the science fiction element in it, but just pure romance, no thank you. So, another favourite of Booktube is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. This, from what I hear, is relentlessly sad. It has a plethora of trigger warnings. Some people have described it as trauma porn. I don't want that. I don't want to be tearing up on here. Maybe you want to see me tearing up. It might be good for my view count, but no thank you. So I won't be reading it. There are plenty of booktubers who have already reviewed it and have been broken by it. And 9th, Fault in Our Stars, John Green. I read Paper Towns by John Green, and I saw some of the TV series Looking for Alaska. He seems to have very similar characters in his books, like a nerdy boy and a quirky girl and things. This is set in the cancer ward, so it sounds quite sad. It's very popular with 12 and 13-year-olds, but I think I'm too old for this kind of book. Finally, number 10. This is a bit of a cheat. It's J.R.R. Tolkien, who's very popular, but this is Beren and Lucian. Beren the man, Lucian the elf maiden, and I won't be reading this. Probably won't be reading this because it's in Georgian. I got this for the pictures, and I think it would be very difficult for me to read because my Georgian is still very limited. I'd love to be able to read in Georgian, but it's not anytime soon, and this would be a difficult book, I imagine, in Georgian. So those are the 10 books I probably won't be reading. You can comment if you think I should read one or two of these books. If you like this video, you can like below. This will help me with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.